Hi, my name is Paige. I'm doing this video to introduce myself and kind of start off my weight loss journey with Qsymia, hopeful weight loss journey with Qsymia. I am 22 years old. I am currently a full-time college student. I'm going to be a senior this year, so that's cool. And I also work part-time. I won't be working this. I'll be working this summer full-time, but in next school year I'm not going to be working just because I want to focus on my last year of school and do the best I can. I am 5'5", almost 5'6", so like right in the middle. Depends on the day, I guess, whenever I go to the doctor. And then yesterday I was prescribed Qsymia for the first time, so they weighed me at 241. My original weight before weight gain was 152. So I gained almost 100 pounds. So that's that. I took my first pill today. I'm not feeling different. I kind of have a dry mouth, but that could be just me talking. So I'm on the 3.75 milligram initial dose, and then in 2 weeks I will move up to 7.5. I'm just doing this video as an introduction because in a week I'll do my week 1 review of Qsymia. So I kind of just want to get the introduction, like the base of my story out before, because I don't want to put them all together because I feel like that'd be like an extremely long video. So just kind of as like a background to me, in high school I was always very thin. I didn't have to try to do anything. I wasn't really all that active. I was just young. So I weighed about 138 all throughout high school. And then when I graduated in 2011, I gained about 15 pounds after that. And that's just because, I just continued not to do anything, and I was just more stationary than I was when I was in high school. So I gained 15 pounds, and then I lost that to go into the Army. So I went to basic training, and while I was there, I was at about 152, when I came home from there. But I was extremely thin. I was really, really tiny. I was really, really active. When I came home, I continued to be really active because I really enjoyed like being fit and being able to run and like do all that stuff. But I stopped. Obviously, when you're at basic, you're given food. You don't really get choices. Like, here's the food you eat, and it's nutritional. And when I came home, I just started kind of eating whatever I wanted to eat because I hadn't eaten all that stuff in a while. So I really didn't gain any weight though. Maybe like a little bit, but I was still extremely active all the time. And then in January 2013, my parents dropped me off at college, and I came back in March for spring break to see them, and I had gained 50 pounds. They said like they barely recognize me. My face is all blown up, and my chest has gone huge, my stomach's huge. Like, that's where I hold most of my weight is in my torso. And I don't know what happened. Once again, like I said, I was not eating healthily. I'm not going to ever try to lie and be like, I was trying to eat really well. That's not accurate. I wasn't doing that. But I was really active. Like, I really wanted to continue to be really active, like be really fit. And so I guess, maybe what happened was that I was just taking in too many calories and not burning off enough. But I just blew up really quickly. But anyway, in July 2014, I went to the doctor because I was like, I have gained all this weight. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's wrong with me. I also have no energy. Like, I'm always so tired. And I have terrible insomnia. Like, I cannot fall asleep on my own. It's just really bad. I use melatonin every now and then. I try not to use it very often because I don't want to become dependent on it, but it is very difficult for me to sleep. So I went and told her that. I was just explaining to her, like, this is all the things I'm having, and I don't know what's going on. I brought up, hey, by the way, I always like to be on the NuvaRing because I had to be on birth control, and I just thought it was a good idea to be on birth control. So she gave me a ring, and then she also did a vitamin D test because she said that could affect my sleep, which I was extremely vitamin D deficient. I think you're supposed to be at the bottom half, reference range is 30, and I was at 12. So she put me on a vitamin D supplement after that. So about the third week of school, so we're in the beginning of September, one day I was just like walking to my car, and I just like felt extremely out of breath. Just like I could not breathe. I felt terrible. And I couldn't go up and downstairs. I couldn't like walk anywhere. But I kind of played it off as like maybe I'm just like getting really fat. Like it's just like hitting me all of a sudden. And then it got to the point though where I couldn't even walk around my apartment without feeling like I was gonna like faint. And so I called nurse's hotline, and they're like, you need to go to the ER right now. So when I went to the ER, they found that I had bilateral pulmonary embolisms, which basically means that I have blood clots all up and down my lungs, just like coating them. And that's what was making it hard for me to breathe. And I had a hematologist do a bunch of tests to make sure I didn't have like a blood disorder or like an anticoagulant problem. And I don't. That's really great. But then they figured out that it was probably my NuvaRing that caused me to have these blood clots. I also had an enlarged pulmonary trunk, but he said that would go away when I got rid of the blood clots, so that was nice. But he put me on Xarelto, which is a blood thinner if you don't know what that is. And so I was on that up until this past March, so it was 6 months. And I also want to disclaim that when I was in high school, I was on NuvaRing all 4 years, and I never had a problem. So that's why I went to NuvaRing, because it was like kind of like a safe thing for me. And they believe that my weight is the only thing that's different. So my weight is probably what caused me to have blood clots this time. So during this time, I also had a sleep study done, and they found out that I have complex sleep apnea, which is one reason why I had to sleep like 13 hours to feel okay. So that's happening as well. And they also believe that's probably my weight, because people who are larger tend to have problems with sleep apnea. So I have that as well. And I use a CPAP machine for that. So I went and saw an endocrinologist. So she ran a bunch of tests. She tested me for PCOS, which was polycystic ovarian syndrome. I do not have that. Tested me for all these different things that I don't have. The only thing that she did find was that I am now pre-diabetic. So today I started metformin also, along with the Qsymia. And I'm on 500 milligrams of that. I take it twice a day, so I just take 1,000 milligrams a day. And that's just to prevent me becoming diabetic, like full-blown diabetes, which I appreciate that greatly. But she also gave me Qsymia. So I just started out today. I'm on, like I said before, 3.75 milligrams. My insurance does not cover weight loss medications. They only cover weight loss surgery. But my doctor did not want me to, and they only cover lap band or gastric bypass, and I would rather have gastric bypass. And she does not want me to we want to try other things before I go straight to something that's going to reroute my whole entire digestive system for the rest of my life. And so I'm okay with that, but it's just that my insurance does not cover medications, or weight loss medications, and it just gets really expensive. But yeah, and I also want to say, I didn't just like immediately go to this. I wasn't like, oh, I don't want to try, I don't want to like lose weight on my own. I have tried. I've done a lot of different things, and I lose about 12 to 15 pounds, and then I stop, and I don't lose anything else. Or I just all of a sudden gain it all back, and I don't know, like I'm not doing anything differently from like the diet or exercise I had been on. I just like lose the weight, and then it comes back. I lose the weight, comes back. Lose the weight, or it just stops, or like, well, it's always come back. I've always been between 215 and 241. I actually was 215 and 230 more so, and then in the past like 2 months I gained 10 pounds. But yeah, I don't want anything like I'm just trying to take this weight loss medication as an easy way out. Like this is like a cure-all. I don't need to work for it at all, because I'm completely fine with working for it. I am fine with that. I see the Qsymia more so it's just like a boost, and also a motivational tool as well, because it's like, I mean, I'm sure if you try to lose weight and you lose weight and the next week you go in there, or you gain it all back, or like in the next month you've gained it all back, you've lost all this weight and then you gain it all back and you keep gaining it all back and you just can't go any farther from where you already are at. I consider like Qsymia will make me, I'm going to lose weight. Like, I mean, how much I lose on me. And so I'm just using this because I'm kind of at this point where I feel like in the next year, if I don't do anything about it, it's just gonna get like extremely bad for me. I feel like, and I'm 22 in college, and I don't feel that way. I feel like I'm 65 or 65, 70 years old, you know, and that's not. In my mind, I feel like I'm losing years of my life, and I am, honestly, I really am. And so I just want to do that. And one reason I'm doing this whole thing also is because when I was researching medications, because my doctor had told me already, she's like, your insurance does not cover weight loss medications, so it's going to be really expensive. Is that okay with you? And I was like, well, like, how expensive are we talking? And she was like, well, the only thing that I could say is going to be like, that would be affordable is phentermine. And I had heard about phentermine before, And she was like, but I don't really want you to do that. And so she's like, well, here's a list of other things other weight loss medications that I'm comfortable with, and you can look them up and pick which one you'd like. So it was Qsymia, Saxenda, Contrav, and Belviq, and then obviously she put phentermine on there too. So I looked them all up. The two I was most interested in were Belviq and Qsymia, and I just saw better reviews of Qsymia. So, and I do kind of like that there's still some phentermine in Qsymia. I'm aware there's phentermine in Qsymia, I got it. But I also do enjoy that a little bit because it's the appetite suppressant part of it, and then also it will give me a little bit more energy because I do have really low energy. Like I just have a really hard time with sleeping, so I have really low energy all the time. So it's kind of nice to have that as well. But when I was looking up when I was researching all these different weight loss medications, I found written reviews, but I wanted to go on YouTube and like see results and like see differences, and I wanted to see people's stories and stuff. And I only found one person, and that was. I found a lot of people, but they just stopped at 2 months or whatever. Like they just kind of stopped doing it. And so I really, really want to use this as a tool for people to research and everything, and also see things I did to help the Qsymia work better. And if it doesn't work, then I'll obviously tell you guys. I'm not gonna lie and sit here and tell you, because you'll see it that I didn't lose anything. And so yeah, I definitely I just want this to be a tool for people like me to use to better themselves and feel better about themselves and be able to make informed choices about their bodies. So yeah, but this video probably wasn't all that helpful if you're looking for Qsymia reviews, but next Tuesday, I'll do another video and I'll let you guys know where I'm at, let you kind of know if I had any side effects or anything like that. But I'll make sure to put weekly stuff up so people can see more reviews. If you have any questions or comments about me or about what I found for Qsymia or anything like that, you can go ahead and leave them in the comment box or anything like that. Or subscribe if you want to. I don't really care. It's just, but whatever. So if you want to leave a comment or have any questions for me, you can go ahead and do that. But I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.